This is kind of an irregular video, and it's kind of just for people who are followers of us. Like, if you're not subscribing, you're probably not going to be interested in this. But I want to pitch to you a business idea, and I pitch it to you too, and I'm interested in seeing what you think. You might just blow it away, and then we just delete this video and never post it, or we might post it and you might blow it away in the comments. But so basically, so how much money have we made doing this for thousands of hours?
I think we got a penny at Rumble, but then they took it away or something?
Yeah, they took it. Well, now we're up to 3 pennies.
Oh.
We
okay.
made 3 pennies. So on Rumble, you don't get monetized, so you get 1,000 subscribers, and we're at like 140 something.
Okay.
But basically, okay. So I was telling my father about this problem, right? Okay. And he says, well, I'll subscribe to you. You know, and I'm like, no, you're on a fixed income with your investments. You know what I mean?
Sure.
No, I'm not. If you're working paycheck to paycheck, do not subscribe to us no matter what with cash, you know, obviously. But I said, and we've had this conversation before, but we want to get the message out to people. That's our goal.
Yeah, money is secondary.
Right. Why would we put content like this LBJ stuff that I was doing research in this week, or the assassination of General Patton stuff we want to work on in the future? Why are we going to produce this and be like, we really need you to push forward in these things, but pay us first?
Right. It's stuff that could reach someone, but only the people already believe are the only people that would see this stuff. So what's the...
Right. So basically, here's my ideas for monetization. Now, you might say there's not enough value given for my ideas.
Okay.
You might say there's not enough value being given. But here's a couple of ideas.
Okay.
One is like, so none of it is content. That's content, like LBJ and assassinating people.
Like what really happened, deprogramming, none of that stuff.
But if it provides value to you, so like, for example, right now we're doing this whole setup, and what was your last deposit you made? Was that $600 for the...
Yeah.
Okay, so $2,100 we made to get brand new mics, and now we got this Scarlett thing here, but we got to return it to get the mixer, but we didn't have enough money in our account to, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you've seen this setup here, it's wild because there's boxes over there just because stuff has to be returned, and
it's a room dedicated in my house. I mean, it's rent.
But what if you like left the room and I just filmed and I showed them the setup and be like, hey, here's what we got going on?
Sure.
Would that be value?
Okay. But at that point you're selling, we have a connection with certain people, and they're interested. And those are the people that would...
And if they're not, then they're not, and that's fine. You know, and that's why I'm pitching to them too. But like, what if we did a video where me and you sat here, we put ourselves picture in picture like we did for that one propaganda video, and we just went on our website that we're building, and we went and said, hey, look, here's the last 10 entries that I've been working on. Go into one, click it on preview, show them what they're doing, talk about how they're going to be able to contribute if they want to.
So behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, we're not telling you that big story that you have to know about. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay, so then I got more ideas in a different vein. And so we use Element, right?
Yeah, it's like a messenger and an anonymous.
Right. It's all encrypted, both sides.
But you don't need to give email or phone number or anything.
Right.
So it's completely...
So we got all these rooms, right?
Yeah.
And what if we gave them read-only access to the room if they subscribe for $5 a month or more, right? So they get read-only to our new episode ideas room, which shows just all of our ideas for future episodes, separated by the research ones, the non-research ones. Then we got like the Black Week videos, the Media Week videos, the Villain Series videos, all new stuff that we haven't even talked about on other videos. And then, you know, we have like an episode descriptions room where we're bantering back and forth about the proper episode description. We've got, what are the rooms that we got? We got other interesting rooms. We could even put them in the withdraw consent media room, which are all the videos that we find that we need to download so they don't disappear.
Right. Yeah, this is a very common perk that you can get for subscribing, but usually they're doing it on Discord.
Okay.
Where you get all these different rooms, and here's a room where you only can talk about the channel. Here's where you can talk about your real life, and people want to chat about stuff.
But why Discord as opposed to Element?
Well, because Element's completely anonymous. That's the upside. Discord, you're putting in, I want to say your phone number?
Yeah, I feel like Element then.
That would be the reason.
Even if the UI is not as good or something. I feel like, because I'm not trying to say, honeypot, guys, come on.
Right.
You know, give me your social security. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the idea is to give people who trust us, we're not taking any information from you or anything. You can keep trusting us. We're literally trying to push you to an anonymous platform.
Right, okay.
Where we know nothing about you.
Right, okay. And then but also do stuff like you were saying, but like have a room for, this is subscriber episode ideas.
Totally. Or just subscriber chat.
Subscriber chat, right. Don't chat about the ideas in the idea room. Just put your idea. You can chat about it in the other room. And if there's only 5 people on there, including us, then it's kind of us just chatting with you.
Right.
And those other couple people.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Which is perhaps value. You know? Man, I had another idea, but it slipped my mind right now. But what do you think about these? Like, what do you think about this idea? Oh, wait, let me tell you this.
Sure.
If you took a show that had interesting guests,
Okay.
so like I've been watching the PBD podcast. I try to watch Tim Pool sometimes, but it makes it like 4 minutes the other day. But like, if you had a 20-minute clip that was behind the scenes of the person walking into the compound, and they're like, "Oh, there's Ian. Hey, Ian, nice to meet you." This and that, and they're like, "Hey, so what's up? This graphic?" You know what I mean?
But what is Ian for anyone who doesn't know?
Okay, he's just one of the hosts on the show, on the Timcast show.
But you mentioned a couple shows. I'm just
Oh,
trying
I'm
to
sorry. Whatever the show is, if it's an
Okay.
interesting guest, I would like to see how do they act in private. How do they just chatting? Now, you know, you're on video, but you can see if they're, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'd be interested behind the paywall.
Yeah.
I'm not actually getting content.
Right.
I'm just getting an inside look. I like inside looks.
Totally.
Okay, so what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. The one thing we've talked about is eventually doing live streams, and you could have the live streams for subscribers where it's just no content, but it's just talking.
Okay.
It's just getting to know.
Answering chats and
Yeah,
stuff. about-
and we're just talking back
okay.
and forth on a live stream.
Okay.
You know, that could be a thing.
Okay, and I thought of my third idea now.
Okay, cool.
Because I didn't take notes on this; it was in my head. But what about this? So, okay, so we have an agenda on this channel, and we're pushing certain things. And when you see a story, like for example, somebody wrote in the chat about the story about the American citizen who was in Ukraine and got arrested for doing anti-Ukrainian stuff. Do you remember? So I found the article. I sent you the article. We both looked at it, and we're like, it's an interesting story, but we're not news people. Where are we going with this? There has to be something more behind
How
it.
does this fit into the big picture?
Right. And I'm not saying we would even do that type of episode on a subscriber only thing. But I mean, what about like, okay, so I got all these great ideas for AI this week, you know?
Okay.
And like, what if we talked about that? It doesn't push our agenda on the main channel, but it could be interesting.
Okay.
Because we have this whole theory. I mean, if I could just pitch it real quick.
Go for it.
We have this whole theory where like everything's going backwards. So when we were showing my oldest kid Back to the Future #1,
Oh, yeah.
and they went from the 80s to the 50s,
Yep.
and everything was better in the 50s.
Everything.
And then when we look at them in the 80s, we're like, well, everything was better back then than now.
Totally.
And then you got the stories about how people can't even repair the gargoyles on the New York buildings, right? Because they don't have those skills anymore.
Right.
Or even the NASA one where they can't rebuild the rockets that went to the moon because those guys just had a bunch of little notes everywhere and they didn't ever write down exactly how to do it, and now they're gone.
And the people now aren't smart enough to be able to
Right.
fix each one.
But imagine this with AI. If AI by 2040 takes out 80% of the workforce, what are you going to do? What if I became the guy who made the gargoyles?
Oh. Okay.
You would now have, if you have the ambition for it,
Oh.
you could do all the things. But like, what if we had a whole episode about this? But it doesn't further our agenda.
Right.
But is it interesting?
It's an interesting,
Yeah.
thought.
And I'm not talking about doing the news type stuff.
Right.
Because we film on the weekends and I edit during the week, and it just doesn't come out fast. And if I have to edit on the weekend, then I'm just taking time away from my family. So we try to avoid that. But this would provide, valuable content.
Yeah. And again, it's people are going to subscribe, I feel like, because they like us, or they feel like they trust us, or it's the message that we're sending and they're supporting it, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so seeing the behind the scenes stuff and chatting and all that, I mean, you see it all the time on YouTube clips and stuff. Or Twitch is a great example of people who will, pay $5 a month and they get to interact with,
Right.
the people that you feel like you're friends with a person online if you spend hours every month.
Right.
Listen to them.
Right. Okay. Right. Because and one of our goals is to build a community.
100%.
Because I've said 5,000 people, 5,000 dedicated people, not 5,000 subscribers who just float away.
Yeah.
But 5,000 dedicated people commenting this and that. And so, should we post this video or not? I'm just asking you. Like, what do you think? Should we post it?
Yeah,
Are the ideas good enough to ask them what they think? I'm not asking you to subscribe at the moment.
Yeah. This isn't like a charity pledge drive or whatever. We're just trying to think of, like, in the future, what kind of stuff would,
or even in the near future. But I mean, if people are interested, if they're not interested, I'm not going to put the work in.
Right,
I'm not going to build the rooms. I'm not going to film the little videos. I'm not going to go change the subscribe star and put little things in.
Yeah, because we already spent a decent amount of time, and we're not going to put more time in if there's no
Beyond
market.
decent, we'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our pitch, and just basically, what do you think about this? So we'll post this on Tuesday.
And also, if you have ideas that we didn't mention.
Yeah, true.
We're like, hey, man, I like to see this interaction or this,
Okay.
that type of thing. We'd love to hear your ideas.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're going to post this Tuesday because it won't require me to do any editing at all because I'm not even going to put anything on it. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And, and that's another advantage because we're limited on how many videos we can publish by how long it takes to edit them. And when I'm editing them, I'm building the website with keywords and references and it takes forever, right? Mm-hmm. But with videos like this one, I'm not even going to put it on the website. I'm just going to slap it on.
Totally.
And we could do that with like the AI video and stuff.
Okay.
And so it would be way less post-production time.
Gotcha.
So we'll post this Tuesday. So we'll still have the regular Monday, Wednesday, Thursday video this week. And just put in your comments what you think.
Yeah.
See you next time.